Welcome back everybody to Boats vs. Haulover, where man and machine take on Mother Nature down at Haulover Inlet in Miami, Florida. I'm your host Broncos Guru in collaboration with our boy Wavy Boats, and it's another Wavy Guru Productions down here at the inlet. But if you can't tell, we are not at Haulover. That's right, we made a little field trip north to visit Haulover Inlet's little brother, Boca Inlet. And if you can't tell, Boca is firing today. It's gonna be a spicy one, and let's see how the boats handle these conditions as they prepare to try and do battle with Boca Inlet. And our first boat to come rolling through to do battle with Boca today, we just hope somebody in this boat knows how to doggy paddle. Main reason that is because one of these adults up front is actually holding a dog. It's already bad enough, as rough as Boca is, in this size of vessel, we shouldn't have anybody in the bow of the boat. But to put a little dog up there, well, that's just a little crazy. And these guys, whoa, they are about to pay the price. That one could have went bad fast. Fortunately, our crew member in the bow of this vessel winds up hanging onto this dog, but that one could have went sideways and that dog easily could have been washed overboard. And the likelihood of these guys being able to recover that dog in these conditions was probably pretty slim. This crew does still have a little ways to go to get out past the breakers though, so they're still in for one heck of a ride in the bow of this boat, but we're going to go ahead and give this first round to Boca Inlet. With Boca firing like this today, just about every boat we're going to see trying to come out of the inlet is going to have to work for it, kind of like this vessel we're going to see right here. These guys got a pretty decent pace as they come out of the inlet. They're just barely on plane, which is probably about the right pace for the conditions we're seeing today. And our captain makes the turn south, and he's going to run parallel for a little bit before he tries and cut out past the breakers. Right here, he looks pretty good. They've still got a good pace and a good speed, but it is still a big rough day at Boca. Boca isn't letting anyone out today without giving them a few shots, and this crew's not exempt from that as well. But this crew does look pretty good. They are doing a pretty decent job considering the conditions, and honestly, overall, I don't really expect to see any perfect runs today, but it's not going to get a whole lot better than this, so we're going to go ahead and lean to the side of the boats and give the boats the win in this round. It really is still just a little crazy to me. Today it's just too rough for the bow. I didn't think we were going to see anybody come running through Boca in the bow of the boats. And not only did we catch one crew, we're catching a second one right here. And this one's even got a small child with them in the bow of the boat. Now the child is at least wearing a life jacket, I'll give him some points on that, but why would anybody want to sit in the bow of the boat on a day like this? I know sometimes it can be fun, but this is not one of those days where it's a good time. But let's see how this crew fares as they continue out of Boca. So far they look okay. This vessel once again actually is probably doing about the right pace it needs to do for the conditions they're in. The only thing they're doing wrong is having people in the bow of the boat. Now having the extra weight in the bow of the boat actually may help a little bit, or help the nose stay down a little bit, helping the boat slice through the waves, but this is just a dangerous way to add ballast. They really should just use the trim tabs, but you know what? It looks like they're about to make it out through the breakers. Are they going to wind up taking it in this round? No! Boca blows it up at the end and takes the win. And that's going to take us to our fourth round, where we're going to watch another vessel try and pound their way out of Boca Inlet. There's really no good way to do this today. The waves are just stacked on top of each other. Everybody who's coming out is going to have to pound their way out if they're getting out. But it also makes me wonder why any of these guys are going out today. Are the fish really running that good that it's worth this kind of beating to get out of the inlet? I guess for some it has to be, because everybody's out here trying to give it a shot, including this contender. And these guys actually, once again, same as some of the other boats we've seen, look pretty good. They are heading out toward the breakwater where some of the bigger waves are, but overall they've got a good pace and they look like they're about to pound their way out. Boca's not letting anybody out easy again, so I'm sure these guys are going to take a couple blasts here at the end, but you know what? I'm going to go ahead and give this round to the boats. And that's going to take us to our fifth and final round, tied at 2 apiece. Who will take the win this week? Will it be the boats or Boca Inlet? Well, pretty much everybody's having a rough entrance and exit. So far, though, all 4 of our contestants were all leaving the inlet. So let's go ahead and finish this one off by throwing somebody in there who's entering the inlet. Here we're going to see this regulator heading towards the mouth of Boca Inlet. But this really can be one of the most intimidating things in boating. When you've got a heavy following sea, it just throws the boat a little bit of everywhere and makes it tough to control. Typically, when you're in a heavy following sea like this, one of the things you want to do is try and toss the boat up on the back of a wave and ride that wave in. But once again, here as we can see, when we're coming in a little slow like that, the boat kind of gets knocked all around. And then when you throw in these rocks at Boca Inlet, it changes the whole game and makes everything just that much more exciting. This one really is a tough one to call, so I'm going to let you guys pick the winner this week, just like we did last week. Go ahead and line it up in the comments below. Who takes this fifth and final round? Is it the boats or Boca Inlet? And let us know who you think won. Last week, in a very similar situation as this one, you guys went ahead and picked the boats over Haulover Inlet. And as usual, I want to thank some of our voters. So our featured voters this week will be Steve Dolan, Raymond Capella, The Boat Dude, Data Biter, Greg O'Keefe Davis, Steve Bennett, Total Mega Cool, and John Sims. Thanks for watching, guys. We hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, be sure to hit the subscribe button.